Yo, whoa. Alright, look, I know this seems a little weird. Wait a minute, you're me. There's no time, just take this. Peace. Ah yes, it's that time again. The time where I go to my shelf and pick a game I've never played before. On the menu today is Jumper, Griffin's Story, a 2008 release for Xbox 360, Wii, and PlayStation 2? Why not PS3? PS3 was out at the time. I wonder if this version is the better of the group because it was on a more powerful console. Might come back to that. Anyway, the game was a 2008 release that's based on the book Jumper, Griffin's Story. If you haven't seen the movie Jumper, here's my quick recap. Basically, this guy David finds out he can teleport anywhere he thinks of in the blink of an eye. Bank? Boom, you're there. Food? Boom, you're there. Chilling on a sphinx head? You're there, I guess. Why are you so random, David? Now, what does David decide to do with his newfound power? That's right. He uses his newfound broken sneak skill to steal shit. These actions catch the attention of our antagonist, Roland, played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Been a while since you used a door, huh?
They have a little bra moment. Mr. Cox assaults David. He gets away by teleporting to some old ruins or some shit where he meets up with Griffin. David stares at Griffin while taking a piss. They have an argument. They get attacked by more paladins, which eventually leads up to them fighting Mr. Cox again. They trap him in a room, and in the end, David gets the girl and whatever. So, what does this have to do with the game? The game shares the title with the book. So what gives? I can almost guarantee that anyone who would have played this game would have been someone who had watched the movie. So we're going to be walking into this with the context of the movie. Hopefully that doesn't make things confusing. And here we are, Jumper, Griffin's Story. So right away the game starts us off with a cutscene, so let's get into that.
My father once said that to remain a free soul means always being in a state of revolt. But we don't always get to choose our fights.
Look at that view.
Some fights you're just born into.
If it's another salesman.
Mr. O'Connor, I'm so sorry to drop by this late. We're from the Homeschooling Administration at the SDSD. We're here to talk to you about Griffin. It's the UCSD. There's no such thing as the SDSD.
My name's Griffin, and if there's one thing I hate, it's people not minding their own business. Just how have you stayed alive, Casanova? Guardian angel? Dumb luck? All I know is that the paladins want you bad, which means if I stay glued to you, sooner or later the bastards will show. It's about bloody time. Maybe I'll just thin him out a bit so you and I can have a nice uninterrupted chat.
So, immediately after this cutscene, we're dropped into the game. Of course, the game has to bombard us with tutorial messages like we haven't played a game before, but it makes sense why. This game controls weird. Before I can move more than a foot, the game puts me into another tutorial teaching me how combat works. Basically, each button attacks a different side of the enemy. When someone blocks, you hit them with a different button. Pretty simple. I proceed to beat this guy up with a bat like a Borderlands 2 stalker, and of course I'm rewarded for my efforts. The game then pans the camera over to the reason we're here, David, who seems to be done with getting his ass beat because he just dips. And that leaves the oh fuck's sakes, are you kidding me? And that leaves the enemies to us, which is a great point for me to mention that the combat in this game is garbage. Take a guess how you tell if somebody's open. Just take a wild guess. Seriously, pause the video right now. If you guessed the barely visible circle directly underneath the enemies, you guessed correct. While playing this game, you basically have to play the world's smallest game of D&D, and at the same time binge watch Star Wars while retaining all the information. It's ridiculous. You spend 90% of the game looking at this stupid circle and getting thrown on your ass. Also, why am I getting so many achievements? I'm getting one like every 4 seconds. It's ridiculous. I do have to say that one of the things I really enjoy about this game is special attacks load a whole cutscene Mortal Kombat style, and it's hilarious. Here's some of my favorites.
have the high ground!
Alright, what is it this time? Sharks? Fuck, buddy. The heck is this music? The experience of this game really does feel like sensory overload. There's a teleport mechanic that allows Griffin to jump wherever he wants, like he can in the movie. But when I say wherever he wants, I really mean anywhere on the ground or preset locations that the game wants you to jump. The game also incorporates combos, which I honestly could not understand, partially due to the fact that attacks are directional, so doing a combo can actually get you thrown on your ass because you hit somebody in a direction that they're blocking. It makes no sense. Eventually, after pushing through waves of enemies and getting thrown on my ass constantly, I finally found someone who I suspected was the boss. I defeated him, and the game put me into another cutscene. In this cutscene, Griffin basically interrogates someone.
Where's Roland? Roland, the general, head of the paladins.
The game then teleports us into the second level, which is basically more of the same thing. Hit people while teleporting, get achievements that I don't understand, get thrown on my ass over and over and over. It doesn't help either that the camera can get stuck on things, and then you'll have to correct it. Like, right here, the camera got stuck, and I had to go all the way back and try and teleport just to fix it. When you run in one direction with enemies behind you, you can't turn the camera around. You have to completely go full circle with Griffin and turn him around. And don't even get me started about interiors. What even? Like, who programmed the interior camera in this game? It does not work well. You can control it, but it doesn't exactly go where you want. And because your character is constantly teleporting to either side of someone, you can sometimes get caught somewhere that you don't want to be and then get fucked over. Speaking of places that I don't want to be, this whole game's atmosphere really just feels empty. It feels like they focused more on the cutscenes than they did the actual areas in the game. Now, I understand this might have also been because this version was supposed to be on the original Xbox or something, but this game really just feels like a lack of effort was put into it. Like, even the music track feels rushed. It just drones on you. There's only like 3 different songs in the entire game, and they are just not songs. It's like theatrical soundtracks. It just eats through your skull. After completing many levels that felt exactly the same, I finally got to fight our main antagonist, Roland Cox, which was one of the most anticlimactic things I've ever seen in a video game. Before I can even get to attack him more than 6 times, the guy runs out the door. The guy basically runs all the way outside to what looks like winter. I don't know, it's sand, but it looks like snow. It looks awful. His health does not go down fast. You gotta beat the shit out of him to get his health down. The battle has transition points where you end up in different parts of the map. This would be cool if every time you teleported you weren't left open and the game didn't take a bunch of time to load, but you can definitely tell that for 2007 they were going for a lot with this game. The third stage of the Roland fight takes you to this boat, which I deem as the most frustrating section of this fight.
If it were up to me, you expected? You expected? Next time!
This fight alone pissed me off more than anything in the entire game. After knocking Roland down, you as fast as you can run to the shipping crate and grab the more powerful weapon. Press down the right stick to angle the camera and run out while dodging Roland's nets. Now you have a weapon that's powerful enough to attack him, but now you need to not get hit by him because he can take out more of your health than any enemy in the game. Felt the best way to do this was to keep my distance and then attack him, paying close attention to the circle underneath of him so I can get every single critical hit possible. It took around 2 minutes, but I finally got to the next stage of the battle, which ended up being a cutscene.
Welcome to the party.
This party's over.
Aw, but you just got here.
Wait,
Where is Roland?
that is of no concern to you.
I've been waiting for this.
Like your parents, you should learn to stay dead.
Why don't you show me how?
You were unwise to show yourself.
After that amazing cutscene, the game puts us directly into another boss fight, which is more of the same shit I already explained. Unfair enemies, bad controls, droning music and environments, gameplay so repetitive that it just pisses you off. You know what? No, I'm done. This game is fucking horrible.